The reason why I joined Kechara is because of my daughter. Her name is Ashley, and she's actually a special child, meaning to say she actually a hyperactive child, and she needs a lot of attention of us, you know, as a parents. And the reason why I come to Kechara because I'm looking for a class so that she get a chance to mingle with other kids because she's my only child. I went to go to Kechara. There was I bounced into Irene, you know, in the restaurant in Kechara Oasis. That was actually December that time. So I went there to have my lunch, and so happened Irene was very kind. She actually come to me and she actually talked to me, and so I actually very comfortable talking to her. So I asked her, what is the program in Kechara, you know? And then she told me about the kids class, the Manjushri kids class on Sunday. And at the same time, she told me there's an adult class as well on Sunday. Why don't you come, you know, with your husband and your daughter? Then it actually struck me and said, oh, then yeah, it's a good time that we can have like a family event on Sunday rather than not doing anything at home all the Sunday, you know. So then I make up my mind. The first week of January, we went. I sent her there, and she actually quite accepting the fact that she went to the Kechara without any, she wouldn't hesitate not going in, because there's certain places, right, maybe because of her sensory or her problem, certain places she just refused to go in one. But for Kechara, right, she's actually very happy she went in. And I have no problem like taking her in, you know, have to persuade her to go in. Of course, she will not like normal kids like that. She will be paying attention, you know, what did the teacher tell her, you know, to do. And she will not pay attention at all on that. She was just doing her own thing, you know, all the time, you know. But slowly, at this point now, after she go there for like almost 5 months plus, she start to like know how to sit down, and then on and off, when the teacher asks her to do something, she will actually willingly to do it and then apply to the teacher. And that's actually a very big step, and it's a lot of changes on her. On top of that, for myself and my husband especially, actually he went to the Dharma class and actually inspiring him a lot. And during that talk, right, I remember there's one session, there's a sharing session that actually, that was actually surprised me, because he said that, you know, because of all this while, he's just making a living for the family, feeding the kids, you know, but in his life he find that something is missing, but he just don't know what is missing, you know. But when he shared that, he said, but now he find it actually what the things that are missing in his life is actually the spiritual part of it. So he's actually very happy of going to Dharma and learn Dharma. At the same time, I think he's practicing Dharma as well. For me, there's actually a very big changes on me because of, first thing is the patience, you know, that I have, you know, for Ashley. And now for me to actually handle Ashley are much more easier. And I think because of my changes of me that are more patient with her, and the way I talk to her are different from before. And I see there's a changes in her. You know, she's more affectionate in us, you know, and she's more obliged and more obedience to the things that we ask her to do. And even lately, I have no problem bringing her to have lunch, have dinner in any restaurant. She can just go in there and she will sit with us, you know. She will have, even though she will not talk a lot, her speech are still quite limited, but she have this sense like she know that she have to sit down with us to have lunch, to have dinner with us, and on and off she will come and hug us, you know. And there was a very big changes. Before that, she was actually, I have to actually, before that, right, I have to actually go to a certain restaurant every week. And it's like a fixed one. We will go to this restaurant only. We're just afraid she might freak out, or she don't want to go in, or she'll not cooperate with us, or she will cry, or she will shout or anything. But nowadays, is really actually have improved a lot, tremendously, I would say. That's on her. Whereas on me, the changes is the patience I gain, you know, and also I become like more accepting the things that it happens on me, you know, like those days I will be like sometime on and off I will be like, you know, start to like blaming myself for having her, you know, such a difficult kids, you know, and such a challenging time for me. But nowadays I take it differently because of Dharma. I think because of my own karma, and I have her, and I accept that, you know, this is a fact that I have her. And instead of those days, like I think she's a troublemaker for me, but nowadays no more. I think she's an angel to me because she brings me to learn Dharma, to practice Dharma. So that's actually a very big changes on me. The most touching thing that my daughter did to me recently is she suddenly come and hug me, and she said, you know, "Mommy, I love you." You know, things like that it never happened before. Because of Dharma, actually have changed my life to see things, to accepting the fact more willingly. And I guess the state of mind right now I have is, you know, because of her, I benefiting it so much on me and my family, and I'm actually very eager and wanting to share with people who come across the same problem as me, you know, and to tell them, you know, it's okay, whatever that bad things could happen to you, but it's okay, you know, with Dharma, it can help you to overcome it, and you realize actually that's not that bad actually, you know, overall it's actually not that bad, you know, everything have a solution, and we'll be able to overcome it. On top of that, the other thing I want to share is, you know, myself, to turn myself to be a vegetarian because of the Dharma. This one has to start from January when I attended the Grand Satrap and the Sambala Puja. A day before, I actually went to Kechara Paradise, and I bounced into a girlie, and she told me, she said, it's good tomorrow if you can go on vegetarian for that 2 days, you know, it's a very special day. So I say, oh God, yeah, why not? You know, then, you know, I committed myself, and as well as my husband and my daughter as well. So on Saturday, we are actually all of us are vegetarian, you know. So, and then on the day when I went to the Grand Satrap, right, I bounced into Alex Tan, and actually he told me about the divination and everything, and then he said, he shared with me some of the divination that for kids divination, especially you ask about kids one. So he said it's actually good. Usually Rinpoche will ask the parents to be on vegetarian because of the daughter. So then the thing struck me, you know. Then I said, oh yeah, then I can do that for my daughter because she's my daughter. I will do anything for her so that she will improve, her condition will get better and things like that. So then from there on, I start to be vegetarian actually. Amazing thing is, my husband, he only like on vegetarian occasionally, but because of my commitment to Dharma and to be a vegetarian, and because of the changes in my daughter, and last month he started to converted himself to be a vegetarian as well. So now actually my whole family, including my daughter, is actually a vegetarian, and I find it, especially for my daughter, it's very good because she's actually more calmer than before because she's vegetarian, and I see that she's more happier, and she's not easily get frustrated, you know. And all these changes actually is because of the Dharma. Without the Dharma, right, I think until today, right, I was still struggling like how to handle her, you know, how to get things done, you know. And then you realize that your life are like really like, you know, it's like very difficult to go through it every day, and you find it like so much hassle and suffer every day, you know, emotionally physically, on top of that, you know, sometimes she yell and she scream, you know, you have to calm her down, you know. Sometimes she even like have a bit of violence, you know, we beat you and all sort of thing. But now, right, after Dharma, right, just every day is like so smooth flowing, you know, and every day so happy. You have to looking forward for more and more changes on you. A good change is not something that is bad, you know. The actually very interesting is actually Rinpoche blogs. I remember the first time I went to see this blog about Rinpoche blog, right? There's this articles that I read. This video clips, it's already very short. It's about just about a dog and the elephant, the relationship between these two, right? As you can tell, right, even the animals, right, they actually have a very loving heart, you know. They have caring for each other, and you can see they can be a buddy, you know, with such a small little dog and such a big animal, right? They can be a buddy and they can play. And the elephant won't hurt the dog at all, you know. You can see the video. The elephant actually very caring, you know, for the little dogs, you see. So that's actually touching my heart. It's like, you know, you see, animals also can have such a compassion, have love, you know. What about human? You know, we can be so cruel to each other, you know. We need the kindness and compassion and love, you know, for whoever people who are around us. On top of that, those days, you know, I like to indulge in expensive thing, you know, buy expensive item, and then, you know, every day, you know, you just want to like, you know, look forward for like, what is new in the fashion, you know, what is new in all those branded stuff. I spend thousands of dollars to buy things like that, to just indulge myself, you know. But nowadays, right, these kind of things is actually like changed completely, because you start to think, you know, why is it you spend so much money indulging yourself, rather than you use the money to probably can help people, you know, like people who need food, you know. There's so many people out there who are just struggling, like, you know, how to get the money to feed themselves, you know. But you yourself, every day you're like indulging yourself with expensive things, you know. So these things are all because of Dharma. It actually changed me, you know, to think of just not doing things for myself. Why don't do things for others, you know, just not for yourself. Every day just for yourself, you know. And that actually make my life more meaningful. Now the things that is in my mind, the things that I want to do is to do things for others, is to share my experience, to physically do the things for others as well, you know. If I can have more time, I'll do more. That's actually in my prayer all the time. My favorite prayer is actually Kechara. So I do the black tea almost every day at home, and then ever I do the prayer, I will actually tell Kechara, you know, to help me to overcome my obstacle during my path to learn Dharma and to practice Dharma, and so I can contribute more, so that my guru work will be flourished, you know, will be able to touch more people life and help people.